Introduction: why you wake up at 3 a.m. every night, and how to fix it. Waking up in the middle of the night, particularly around 3 a.m., can feel both unsettling and strangely routine. For many people, it happens so consistently that it becomes part of their nightly experience. But why does this specific time seem to be the body's internal alarm clock? Is it just stress, or is something more profound going on? Sleep is a complex biological process that involves multiple stages, each crucial for physical restoration and mental clarity. When your sleep is interrupted night after night at the same hour, it's often a sign that something deeper is at play, something that might be physical, emotional, or even spiritual. This video is designed to explore exactly that. We'll dive into the most common reasons why you might be waking up at 3 a.m., from hormonal imbalances and blood sugar fluctuations, to anxiety, stress, and even traditional theories like those in Chinese medicine. But this isn't just about understanding the why. We'll also talk about how to stop it. Whether you've been struggling with sleep disruptions for weeks, months, or even years, it's important to know that your body is speaking to you, not punishing you. The message behind your 3 a.m. awakenings may hold the key to deeper health, balance, and emotional freedom. So if you're ready to stop dreading that early morning wake-up and start reclaiming your nights, you're in the right place. Get cozy, maybe grab a warm tea, and let's uncover what your body's trying to tell you. Chapter 1. The Science of Sleep. What happens at 3 a.m.? Our bodies operate on a 24-hour internal clock known as the circadian rhythm. This rhythm is responsible for regulating our sleep-wake cycles, body temperature, hormone production, and even digestion. Around 3 a.m., your body is typically in its deepest state of rest. Melatonin levels, the hormone that promotes sleep, are at their peak, and your brain is undergoing its most essential restorative processes. So why would your body suddenly snap out of this restorative state? One major reason is a disturbance in the sleep cycle, particularly the transition between sleep stages. Between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., your body moves into lighter stages of sleep. If something is even slightly off, whether it's internal like a drop in blood sugar or external like a noise or light, your body becomes more susceptible to waking up. Another explanation is cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol naturally begins to rise a few hours before waking to help prepare the body for the day. However, in people under chronic stress or dealing with anxiety, cortisol levels may spike too early, causing you to wake up prematurely, often right around that 3 a.m. mark. In addition, your liver plays a crucial role during this time. According to traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, the liver is most active between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. It's believed that emotional stress and toxin buildup can disrupt this process, leading to waking up as the liver tries to perform its cleansing function. While not scientifically proven in Western medicine, this theory resonates with many who experience this pattern. Blood sugar is another major factor. If you go to bed after a carb-heavy dinner or sugary snack, your blood glucose levels can crash in the middle of the night, prompting the release of adrenaline to rebalance them. This can jolt you awake, heart racing, just as your body tries to regulate itself. Finally, external factors like room temperature, noise, blue light exposure before bed, or an irregular bedtime can all contribute to sleep disruptions. Even subtle elements, like an anxious thought before sleep, can echo back hours later as your subconscious mind stirs. Understanding these physiological and environmental triggers is the first step in addressing nighttime awakenings. Your body isn't malfunctioning. It's signaling that something is out of sync. Listening to these signals is the first key to healing. Chapter 2. Emotional and mental triggers. The role of anxiety and unresolved thoughts. Waking up at 3 a.m. is often less about a physical disturbance and more about a mental or emotional one. While your body may be still, your mind might be racing, and that's not a coincidence. The stillness of the early morning hours often amplifies the noise within, especially if you're grappling with unprocessed emotions, stress, or subconscious worries. Anxiety is one of the leading causes of middle-of-the-night awakenings. When you're anxious, your body remains in a heightened state of alert. even while you sleep. This can result in increased levels of cortisol and adrenaline, which are known to disrupt the natural progression of your sleep cycle. At 3 a.m., your brain is supposed to be in a state of deep rest. But if you're harboring unresolved fears or stress, the body can interpret these as danger signals, abruptly waking you up. In addition, rumination, the repetitive replaying of worries or regrets, often surfaces at this time. The lack of distractions makes it easier for the brain to spiral into overthinking. Thoughts like, "Why did I say that yesterday?" or "What if tomorrow doesn't go well?" can dominate the mind's quiet hours. Unfortunately, these thoughts often escalate because at 3 a.m., the rational part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, is less active, making it harder to calm yourself down. Unresolved trauma or chronic stress can also contribute to nighttime awakenings. The brain tends to process emotional pain during REM sleep. If a memory or emotion is particularly strong, it can interrupt your rest, surfacing as vivid dreams or even nightmares that shock you awake. Some people also experience a phenomenon called sleep maintenance insomnia, where they fall asleep easily but can't stay asleep. This is frequently linked to emotional dysregulation, unresolved grief, transitions, or existential thoughts that the brain can't turn off. The good news is that recognizing these emotional and mental triggers allows you to take proactive steps. Practices such as mindfulness meditation, cognitive behavioral techniques, or simply journaling before bed can help ease the intensity of these internal dialogues. Even writing down your worries, literally transferring them from mind to paper, can signal to the brain that it's safe to let go for the night. In this chapter, we've seen that emotional and mental unrest can have a direct, tangible impact on our sleep. The mind doesn't clock out just because the lights are off. It needs care, resolution, and stillness. And when we offer those things with intention, 3 a.m. can once again become just another hour of peaceful rest. Chapter 3. The hidden messages, what your body might be telling you. Sometimes, waking up at 3 a.m. isn't a problem to fix, it's a message to understand. The body is an incredibly intelligent system. When it repeatedly wakes you at the same time, it may be trying to draw your attention to something that has gone unnoticed. In this chapter, we explore how early morning awakenings can be the body's quiet way of speaking to you. One theory that has gained traction across holistic health communities is that waking at a specific hour may be linked to emotional or energetic imbalances. According to traditional Chinese medicine, the body's energy, or qi, flows through specific meridians in 2-hour intervals throughout the night. From 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., the liver meridian is active, associated with detoxification, anger, and suppressed emotions. From 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., the lungs take over, tied to grief and unresolved sadness. So if you're waking around 3 a.m., it may point to deeper emotional or energetic blockages. From a Western medical perspective, persistent 3 a.m. awakenings can also be associated with undiagnosed conditions like sleep apnea, acid reflux, or thyroid issues. For example, those with underactive thyroid often report disrupted sleep and low energy. Likewise, menopausal hormone shifts, particularly in estrogen and progesterone, can cause internal heat and restlessness, often peaking around this time of night. There's also the role of spiritual awakening to consider. Many people report waking up at 3 a.m. during periods of intense personal transformation or emotional breakthroughs. In spiritual circles, this is often referred to as the witching hour, a time when the veil between the conscious and subconscious is thinnest. Far from being spooky, this may simply be when your intuition or higher self is most active, nudging you to reflect, release, or realign. Other subtle signs might include nutritional imbalances. Magnesium, for instance, is critical for sleep and stress regulation. A deficiency might make it harder for your muscles to relax and your nervous system to settle. Similarly, dehydration or irregular meal patterns can disrupt the body's internal equilibrium, especially in the early morning hours when the body is in its most delicate state of repair. Ultimately, the question to ask is not just, how do I stop waking up at 3 a.m., but what am I being asked to notice? Whether the answer lies in your lifestyle, your unresolved feelings, or your spiritual journey, the body is always inviting you to listen. Learning to decode these signals may not just restore your sleep. It may also reconnect you to yourself. Chapter 4: Practical Solutions: How to Reclaim Your Sleep. Understanding why you wake up at 3 a.m. is only part of the journey. The next step is to take consistent, actionable steps to promote deep, uninterrupted sleep. This chapter is all about restoring balance, physically, mentally, and emotionally, to help you sleep through the night and wake up refreshed. First and foremost, establishing a sleep routine is essential. The human body thrives on consistency. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. A regular sleep-wake cycle reinforces your natural circadian rhythm, making it less likely that you'll wake during the night. Creating a calming bedtime ritual is another powerful tool. This could include dimming the lights an hour before bed, turning off screens, and engaging in relaxing activities like gentle stretching, meditation, or listening to soft music. Avoid stimulating activities such as reading the news or scrolling through your phone, which can keep your brain in an alert state. Nutrition also plays a key role. Try to avoid caffeine and alcohol in the evening. Both can disrupt sleep cycles. Likewise, avoid large meals or sugary snacks before bed, as these can spike and crash your blood sugar during the night. Consider a light, balanced evening meal with complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, and a calming herbal tea like chamomile or lemon balm. For those whose 3 a.m. wake-ups are linked to anxiety or overthinking, mindfulness and breathing techniques can be game changers. If you wake up in the middle of the night, instead of resisting it, try deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or visualizations. Gently guide your mind away from stress and back into a state of rest. One overlooked but vital factor is your sleep environment. Your bedroom should be dark, quiet, and cool, ideally around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius. Consider blackout curtains, white noise machines, or essential oils like lavender to enhance the sensory conditions that support sleep. If your awakenings persist, it's also important to consult a healthcare professional. Sleep disorders, hormone imbalances, or even subtle medical issues can be at the root of your disrupted sleep. A doctor, naturopath, or sleep specialist can help identify and treat these underlying causes. Remember, restoring your sleep is not about fixing yourself. It's about honoring your needs, creating a safe space for rest, and gently guiding your body back into harmony. Consistency, patience, and self-compassion are your best allies on this path. Chapter 5: Long-term Strategies: Building a Life that Supports Deep Sleep. True, lasting sleep doesn't come from one quick fix. It grows from a lifestyle that prioritizes balance, calm, and internal alignment. In this final chapter before our conclusion, we'll explore how your daily choices, long before bedtime, can profoundly influence your nights. Healing 3 a.m. awakenings begins in the daytime. Let's start with stress management. Chronic stress doesn't just wear you down mentally. It keeps your nervous system in a state of heightened alert long after the stressor is gone. The key is to build micro moments of calm into your daily life. This might be a daily walk in nature, time spent journaling, or simply saying no to unnecessary commitments. The more often your body experiences calm during the day, the more it learns that it's safe to fully rest at night. Movement and exercise are also crucial. Regular physical activity helps regulate your circadian rhythm and reduces excess energy that might otherwise cause nighttime restlessness. Gentle exercise like yoga, tai chi, or walking can especially support parasympathetic nervous system activation, the rest and digest state. Another often overlooked factor is emotional hygiene, the practice of clearing your mental and emotional space just like you clean your physical one. This could include speaking openly with a friend, working with a therapist, or using tools like EFT tapping or guided meditations to release built-up emotions before they affect your sleep. Digital discipline can also change everything. Our brains weren't built for the constant flood of information we now consume. Blue light exposure, emotional news, and endless scrolling overstimulate the mind, making deep rest much harder to access. Setting digital curfews, like no screens after 9 p.m., helps your mind and body transition into rest mode. Long-term healing also means creating a life aligned with your values. Are you living in a way that feels authentic? Are your days filled with purpose or drained by obligation? Unspoken misalignment in our lives often shows up in our bodies, and waking at 3 a.m. can be a subtle plea for change. Maybe it's time to reevaluate not just your sleep, but your lifestyle, your relationships, or even your work. Lastly, practice self-compassion. You're not broken because you wake up at 3 a.m. You're human. Your body is intelligent, sensitive, and responsive. Rather than fighting your awakenings, treat them as gentle nudges, pointing toward what needs your care. Conclusion: reclaiming the night and listening to your inner wisdom. Waking up at 3 a.m. every night may feel frustrating, but it can also be a profound invitation. An invitation to slow down, to listen more deeply, and to reconnect with parts of yourself that may have been neglected. Whether your awakening is caused by stress, emotions, physical imbalance, or a subtle inner calling, one thing is clear: your body is trying to communicate. Throughout this journey, we've explored many layers of what might be happening at 3 a.m. We've seen how the science of sleep reveals natural rhythms and hormonal cycles that influence our rest. We've looked into how the mind and emotions, particularly anxiety, worry, and unresolved thoughts, can echo in the quiet hours. We've examined the hidden messages your body may be sending, from blood sugar imbalances to deeper energetic blockages. And most importantly, we've discussed real, practical tools and long-term strategies that can support not only better sleep, but a more balanced and grounded life. This isn't about forcing yourself to sleep better. It's about creating the right environment, both internally and externally, for sleep to naturally unfold. It's about building a life that supports rest, safety, and peace. If you're waking up at 3 a.m., don't panic, pause. Ask yourself gently, what am I feeling? What might I be avoiding? What can I soften into or release? Over time, these moments of self-inquiry can transform restlessness into healing and insomnia into insight. So the next time your eyes open in the dark and the clock reads 3 a.m., try something different. Don't fight it. Breathe. Listen. Maybe even thank your body, not for disturbing your sleep, but for trying to wake you up to something important. Remember, healing sleep isn't just a night process. It's a reflection of your whole life. When you start to live in greater alignment with what nourishes you, emotionally, physically, spiritually, sleep comes not as a struggle, but as a natural gift. Thank you for being here. May your nights be peaceful, your heart be calm, and your journey be full of quiet breakthroughs. Sweet dreams. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Share in the comments what stood out to you in this video. We'd love to hear it. Your feedback means a lot. Subscribe to Thrive Beyond 60, turn on the bell, and join us for more videos. See you very soon.